Yo guys, future Zain here. I know I sound a bit unenthusiastic or dead or whatever, but that wasn't the case. I just didn't realize it, and I'll try to be more conscious next time. Anyways, you got some Minecraft going on in the background because, it is what it is. Enjoy. Welcome to the Stonks show, everyone. Today we have our guest.
Art. Hello.
All right, so tell us your life story, like your origin story. What was your life like, childhood, any prominent events and shit like that?
Okay, well, my name is Manal to begin with. I'm 19. I mentioned earlier, yeah, I'm attending a university in Canada, but I'm based in Dubai. So that's been very hectic. With respect to art, I've basically been drawing ever since I talked to my mom about this, ever since I was apparently like 4 years old. So it's been literally 15 years of just continuous art. So there was that. I went to a primary school that was it motivated a lot of students into heading towards literature. And that's kind of where I flourished, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, ever since then, I've been focusing on art a lot.
All right, that's amazing. Honestly, 15 years.
15,
I can't think
yeah.
of something I've been doing for that long.
Yeah, it's what do you call it? It was kind of like a major means of expression, you could say, because I was very shy in general. Like I'm still kind of shy. You can probably hear it from my voice. I can get a little, blah. But so this was like a great coping mechanism to actually express how I really feel. And I'm glad it's developed into something that's really positive.
Oh, that's
So, yeah.
great. Is there anything else you do apart from art? Like any other hobbies you have?
I do dabble a tiny bit in like music, you could say. I taught myself how to play the keyboard or guitar, but they're kind of sitting around in my room right now. But yeah, those anything to do with like creative arts. I think I used to write a little bit when I was in, let's say, ninth or eighth grade.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of that. Anything towards the literature sector. I was horrible at science and anything like that. So no hobbies would revolve around that.
I mean, the creative side is really amazing. I think I find myself going towards that, although I do love sciences and shit like that, but I really like creative stuff. Okay, out of everything, why would you choose art? Like, there's a ton of things you could have, gotten into. What was the thing that made you choose art, or was it just something that fell into your life and the rest was
It
history or
was,
something?
yeah, it was basically something that kind of did fall into my life. And it was something I very quickly became very good at. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was like the ideal kind of path for me, in all honesty. I've never faltered in progress or anything like that. So it's been very motivating, like these past years, to just keep pursuing just art.
And you said you go to a Canadian university online.
Mhm. Yeah.
What kind of course are you doing?
As unfortunate as it is, I'm actually majoring in economics.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing art related I'm doing in university, which is kind of mostly due to, what was it, my parents being worried about, art not being a stable career path. But other than that, yeah, economics is fine. Once again, this was like one of those other things that was just handed to me in a way. I just happened to be good at economics,
Mm-hmm.
and it was stable. But in the future, I am planning on going or pursuing art as a proper hobby. But that's for a later date, I could say.
I mean, it could be a full-time thing if you want it to be.
I could actually, if I was thinking, if I finish my degree, maybe, but I'd have to figure out what exactly I could do. I was thinking of architecture as well, but my brother was scaring me like the other day. He was like, "You're gonna have to learn physics. You're gonna have to get physics into it, or math." And well, I don't know. Hopefully, it works out, I guess, in the future.
I mean,
But yeah,
architecture is fun. I've seen some of the stuff that comes out of great architects, and it's cool.
it didn't even phase me until I finished How I Met Your Mother. Like like then I was like, oh my god, yeah, this kind of looks fun. This would be something I'd want to do, in all honesty.
And you said something before about like choosing art as a pathway. You talked about art, there being stigma around art,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously, you went into economics because of the stigma around art, and your
Yeah.
parents being skeptical of it. So
Mhm.
what would you like to tell people that are looking into art, that want to take art seriously as a career path?
I'd say do a lot of research. The entire creative field or art field isn't heavily saturated. There's a lot of talented people out there, a lot of people working towards getting to that position and to be known, basically. So I kind of got their skepticness, or you could say, like, I got their worry. But the
Mhm.
problem with that is that a lot of people think that you can't make money off art, which is completely false. A lot of people tend to do commissions in their private time or anything like that. Or you can make a career out of graphic design, since literally everything, every type of media we consume has some form of creative factor involved in it. And to the people, I just say, do what you really think would make you happy. Because the last thing you'd want, and the last thing I'm going to do, is be stuck in a desk job. Even though I am taking economics in the future, I'm 100% going towards art because I know that's going to make me happy for like a fact.
And you mentioned a few types of art.
Mhm.
What kind of art do you make? Like, just the whole spectrum of art. It could be sculptures, could be music, could be anything. What kind of art do you personally make?
I've tried to be as versatile as possible. When I was younger, obviously, I had access to like traditional art, so pencils, color pencils, everything, sketch paper. So it was like traditional sketches, or I'd make little cartoons or something. But the second I hit probably 11th grade, I was given my first digital tablet. And
Mhm.
that's where I started going towards digital art. And it was a whole new realm. I know people say that digital art is like cheating, which 100% false. If not, it's harder, especially once you make the switch. There's a lot of stuff there, a lot of tools, and it like basically paves this complete different universe of what you could possibly do with your art. You could animate it, blah blah blah. There's that, and I think the couple of media that I am just utterly useless at is painting and
Mhm.
sculpting. I cannot for the life of me paint or sculpt. I'm way too precise, I guess. I like to be very detailed and precise, and a lot of sculpting and painting, they enable you to make mistakes, and I can't handle that most of the time.
Mhm.
So yeah, but basically almost everything. I tried to dabble in at least a little bit of every type of media to see what I'd like.
What would you call your art style? I mean, you can't really put a blanket term on your art style, but what are some of the styles you use, and what are some of your inspirations for those styles?
I'd say I did look a lot into Pinterest, like Pinterest art or anything like that, what people would do there. TikTok was a major influence. I could see other artists there. My specific style, when it comes to sketches, it's more realism. So it's traditional. I keep it real, like portraits and still life, all of that. But when it comes to digital art, I like to make it a little bit more cartoony, but more comic type cartoony. So slightly bigger eyes, pointier chin, fuller lips, more female characters, more like now I've started drawing male characters more, but something like that, more cartoony as I go more digital.
Interesting, interesting. And you mentioned TikTok, and obviously I found your stuff through TikTok because
Mhm.
you did the whole sketching Middle Eastern TikTokers. Was that one of your more famous series, or did something else come before that?
I had a couple of series. I think I had one where I made little pixel profile pictures. Those were adorable for a bit. I got overwhelmed with requests after that, so I paused it for a little bit, but that was one of my series
Mhm.
that I couldn't remember. But the Middle Eastern one I liked a lot because, like TikTok is basically a majority of the users are either based in America or Europe. So it's nice to see like some of the Dubai TikTokers get a little bit of, representation and to be a little appreciated, Plus they're
For
all
sure.
really funny. Like everyone I've drawn, they're incredibly funny or they have really great takes and I want them to feel appreciated.
I think I found your stuff through one of them, but I
Mhm.
don't really remember. It was like a while ago. And what are your plans with TikTok? What's your end game? Why did you join TikTok? why are you still on it, you know?
I initially joined back in 2018 when like it was, I think it was like a month or two after it switched from Musically to TikTok.
Hmm.
And it was a cesspool of just memeing and the furry slash gamer war or whatever. I don't know if you know that. It was just a whole bunch of that. I was there for that. And I've been on TikTok since then. And I never thought I would post art there. I think if you scroll down to my account on the bottom, you could see something from like 2019, which was just a really meme type of art drawing thing. And people liked it. People liked it then. And I was thinking, I think a year or two after, maybe I should try and post my drawings there because I had an Instagram account that was just, Instagram is like not pretty, it's useless at this point in time for artists. So I was like, okay, I might as well try drawing here. And I did. And I started blowing up a little bit and people liked my art. And I was like, okay. And from there, I came up to this point and I'm pretty glad in all honesty.
I mean, that's nice. You've gone like 6K almost,
Mm-hmm.
150,000 likes. So that's pretty impressive.
Thank you. I'm incredibly grateful for all of it. I swear. I never would have thought I would have reached this point, let alone 1,000.
Also, you're TikTok OG. I know I joined in the end of like 2019, but you've been there from the start.
Oh, I have. I've seen, I think, yeah, I've seen Charlie like grow. I've seen all of that. It's been crazy in a way. But yeah, it's just, oh my God, I don't know. I've just seen the people like completely change as well, like audiences and everything. It's been so crazy for me, but I like to stick to what I'm doing. And I guess that's kind of how I garnered the audience that I have. I'm pretty consistent with my thing, maybe not with posting, but with my actual content. I like to be consistent, positive, and creative.
Along those lines, consistent, positive, and creative, what kind of brand are you trying to create? Like, what's the image you want for yourself when someone goes onto your page? What do you want them to see?
In general, I used to be a very negative person. So when it came to my platform, I wanted to be very positive. I wanted people to enjoy and just look at my content as a sense of either comfort or to just kind of feel appreciated. I don't know how to explain it. Like I think there was a point in time where I wanted to draw my followers or something like that. I just wanted people to look at my videos and think like, wow, okay, this looks fun. I like consuming this content. Maybe I should pursue art too. Or artists who look at my content could think, oh, maybe I should start drawing again, because I get comments like that too. It's like, oh, I wish I could do that, or oh, I haven't drawn in so long. And I try my best to motivate those artists into actually drawing more, because I've struggled with the same thing too, art blocks and all of that. So yeah, I just want my entire platform to be very positive, just pushing positive messages, or to just be a very fun, happy space to just express yourself.
All right. I mean, that's a great goal. So you're taking something from your life and, putting it onto your platform. So, I mean, it's relatable, honestly, because I've had times when I feel like doing nothing. And then I see my friends doing stuff and I'm like, yo, I got to get back on my grind. On that topic, how do you find motivation when you're just not feeling it? You want to do nothing. How do you get motivated and get back on your hustle?
What I try to do is I just do exactly what I try to do for other artists. I see people drawing, I see little tutorials, I see simple coloring videos, or anything related to art to get me motivated, to get me new ideas. I try to be more versatile. So maybe if I'm lacking in one area, I can succeed in another area, and that success can kind of motivate me to continue, and I can come back to where I'm struggling. So I guess my advice to anyone who's having major art blocks is to try your best and remain consistent. Like, I know it sucks ass, and you feel like every time you lift up a pencil, you're going to make an absolute crap of a drawing. But I promise you that anything on a piece of paper is better than losing progress over the way.
And so I've been thinking, right? I've been thinking TikTok, right? It's not going to stick around forever because it's been shaky for a while. Have you thought of diversification of your platforms and you have a YouTube channel, but I checked it has nothing on. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna try to do, or have you not considered it yet?
I was thinking of in the future when I have enough of my own pocket change, I could properly invest in a computer or a PC so I can stream on Twitch, because Twitch is basically now in its prime, and I
Mhm.
feel like it will be in the future, and it's practically replacing YouTube and eventually TikTok at some point in time. That's what I think. So I might end up doing that in the future, but for now, TikTok has been I guess it's been my biggest platform ever. So I would stay consistent with TikTok for until a new app were to come out. I don't think I'd ever go back to Instagram or anything like that because it's been heavily saturated with other artists and it's impossible to kind of get known there, and it's a lot more easier on TikTok. So I'll stick to TikTok and maybe pursue Twitch in the future. YouTube, I might end up, I have no idea yet. I was thinking of making tutorials on there, just simple tutorials, but that's going to take a lot of effort. And I think now that I have free time in the summer, I'll be able to pursue that a little more.
That's great because I know how Twitch works. Twitch is really fun, but
Mhm.
it's a grind. Twitch is a grind for sure.
Oh God. That's
Or-
a little bit what I'm worried about too. I think it's I tend to get very overwhelmed with the work and then I crash for a
Mhm.
little bit and then I push myself back and I'm usually back up. But I feel like Twitch would be a major, major big step for me there, since the creator fund doesn't work in the UAE.
Mhm.
So this could actually be something that I can get monetary benefit from, even though it's not my primary goal. Like it would still be nice, you know?
What are some of your favorite Twitch streamers?
Back in the day, I think it was maybe 2, 3 years ago, I was on Mixer a lot more than I was on Twitch, until it got like shut down.
Mhm.
But I can't remember the names. I used to watch my friends, if anything, stream, and I did on Twitch as well. I watched my friends stream with their friends, and they'd be playing games because I suck at playing games and that kind of thing. So it was fun watching my friends play. Now I don't really watch any Twitch streamers anymore. I think it's just I don't know. I don't know. I haven't gotten any interest in any of the games being played right now. I think Minecraft's super popular. I play it by myself, but I don't think I could watch the streams now.
You said you'd want to get into Twitch, right? Would you
Yeah,
be
yeah.
doing stuff like art, or would you be doing video games or something different?
I think I think anything art related, whether it be you know that one game I think they had, the draw and guess games that you played
Mhm.
online. If there were games like that, like anything to do with art, I would probably sector it around that, or maybe just me drawing. I go on live streams on TikTok a little bit, and people tend to like it when I'm sketching something or they get requests. So I might do something like that, but games, I'm not sure yet. But I might in the future actually. I might actually. It seems fun. Everyone's having a lot of fun. Yeah, I want to
Mhm.
partake in that too.
All right, and let's take like a sort of detour. But what kind of
Okay.
music do you listen to?
Ooh. Ooh, I haven't listened to music in a while. I know it's kind of crazy
Mhm.
considering the fact I'm supposed to be very creative. But what I generally do like is more rock, metal, that kind of thing. Or I do listen to a bit of hip hop. Some of my favorite artists. When I was going through a bit of my emo phase, I guess there was like 21 Pilots, Panic at the Disco, Melanie, I loved with my whole heart and soul.
Mhm.
Um, Falling in Reverse was one of the bands. My boyfriend is completely in love with Avenged Sevenfold, and he got me into it slightly. So there's that. And yeah, and oh my God, since I was young, I think, I don't know, like middle school, I was obsessed with Eminem with my heart and
Mhm.
soul. I don't know why. I loved all of his songs. I thought he was amazing, and that's still kind of there today. I guess that would be my taste in music, but overall I'm generally into everything, like almost everything, except for pop. I don't know why. I'm just pop music now is just very, what do you call it? It's just very monotonous. Like it's the same
Yeah,
thing over and over again. I like a little diversity with my music, you know?
pop is kind of cookie cutter. It's the same thing over
Yeah,
and
yeah,
over
yeah.
again.
It is. It is. It's the same kind of formula that they use to, you know, get on the radio. And at some point you kind of get bored of it, but the media doesn't, so it doesn't matter to them.
I mean, I kind of enjoy
Mhm.
pop, it's basic, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's catchy.
I don't want to be all like edgy or something like that. I don't want to act like edgy, but like I can't consume it for the life of me. I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. Also
Mhm.
Eminem, holy shit, I still love Eminem. Have you heard
I
Alfred's
love that.
theme?
Yes, 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 yes.
I mean, I heard it back when it came out, but the lyric video, that was like, holy shit, what is he saying? Those
I
bars are
swear to
sick.
God. People say that he's kind of regressed, or he's kind of become more like, I don't know. Like they say that he's gotten worse, and I'm just like, I mean, I like him how he is now. A lot of people criticize his lyrics. I felt really like weird because they were like, oh my God, millennials are all obsessed with Eminem. um and his lyrics are completely like crap. I don't know. I like him. I like him a lot. I think his lyrics are smart. He comes from a humble background. He's probably going a little cuckoo now,
Mhm.
probably. He has a little bit of a temper, but like it's still fun. It's still fun to look at. He makes a lot of interesting music. So yeah, I like
His
that.
lyrics are really vivid. Right now,
Really, really
especially.
good. Yeah, yeah. He's
His
really in
older
detail
music
with
was
everything.
more playful, but now his
Mm.
stuff is really witty and
I
smart.
loved it when he was playful. I swear to God, I loved it when he was like goofing around or
Mhm.
like just doing those little gimmicks. It was really fun. Now it's more him than it is
Yeah.
Slim Shady. So yeah.
So you
Yeah.
sent me a point before, and it was
Mhm.
about anyone being an artist. And I know this is really talked about because there's many opinions out there. People talk about, hey, you need to have talent, you need to, you're either born with it or you're not. But
Mhm.
what are your thoughts on, can anyone be an artist?
In my like honest opinion, I really believe that anyone can be an artist. I believe that it takes a lot of dedication, however. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of practice that people aren't willing to go through because like I've seen young kids on TikTok or young kids on any platform post their art because now like technology is a major thing. Like back then, if I made something that was really crappy, I could keep it to myself, and I'd progress on it. But kids get shamed for it now, and that's kind of preventing them from further pursuing it. But it does take a lot of dedication, regardless of whether you made stuff that you think is bad. A year or two from now, I promise you, you would make something that's completely phenomenal. And it just takes pure dedication, pure practice, and consistency is a major, major thing because losing the ability to shade or to practice or like understand anatomy, that does fade over time. So
Mhm.
you have to be consistent. You got to watch a lot of tutorials. I think that if anyone were to stay consistent with it, they'd be able to do it wholeheartedly. And I believe it's like an amazing means of expression because there's so much you can say with words, but when you actually visualize and display what you're actually feeling, that provides a new sense of just relief entirely.
I've thought about this before because I don't get much, but when I do, it really
Mhm.
affects me. And backlash on any platform, like any type of hate, even
Mhm.
IRL, anything like that.
Mhm.
Have you gotten any, and how have you dealt with it?
Oh, I have, yeah. I've gotten some. I guess it would be when I guess posted my face. I think I posted a little thing where I was feeling confident in myself and I got some kind of derogatory comments. There was
Mhm.
that, or there was it's usually when I post myself because I'm very artsy in general, so I might post things that some people might call cringe content. I don't care. It just
Mhm.
makes me happy. So I get something like, oh my God, I got like these comments that were just kind of objectifying and it was really bad. Or I get something like, oh, you're not funny, or oh, you can't draw. My thing is that the people who say that either one are looking for attention, just any form of attention. It's usually a blank profile picture or it's just whatever, and they're looking for blatant attention from the creator or from their friends or whatever. And two, it's just they feel bad about themselves. So I try to retaliate with being kind. I remember there was this one situation where this guy, he tagged his friend and he was making fun of me. And his friend replied in the comments, she was making fun of me too. I went to the guy's profile and he said, on his bio, he was like, oh, I hope I reach 10K or something like that, or I hope I reach 1K. So I dropped him a follow and I was like, I hope you reach 1K too. It's so funny to just see their minds explode. Like they don't get they don't get the concept that, okay, this person's nice despite the fact I was mean to them. And the girl herself later apologized in my DMs, which I thought was really like nice to see, that she was like, I'm sorry. He kind of made me do this. And it kind of reinforced the idea that I should be kind no matter how mean people can be. Because yeah, some people are going through shitty things. Some people are being peer pressured, and just some people want attention. And it's best to stay positive, and they might change. And usually they tend to, because they need a little bit of appreciation, I guess, a little bit of positive energy. A little bit of positive energy.
I mean, that's inspiring. I might do that, because I get
Oh, trust
comments
me.
and I just play along with it. I'm like, yeah, I have no friends. Okay, so here's a thought experiment. Yeah. Imagine it's 5 years in the future and
Mhm.
you meet someone who you haven't seen for 5 years. So it could be your friend. And they ask you,
Okay.
how's your life going? And you say, it's absolutely fantastic. Everything's going great. It couldn't be better. So what would
Mhm.
have to happen in your life in the next 5 years for you to respond like that genuinely?
I think at that point, 5 years, after 5 years, I would have been done with my degree, and hopefully I would have started pursuing an art degree. I want to pursue another bachelor's degree in either architecture or art. I feel like at that point in time, I would have had regular commission customers. I have a couple right now. I would have been actually making money off art, and it could have been a really good career. A side career, I would be pursuing art as an actual career. And that would be something where I could genuinely be proud and say, I'm happy and I'm doing all of this now. That's been a major goal of mine, and I'm working towards it. Even with the economics degree, like my main goal for that is to just make money so I can pursue art, whether I'm a high school teacher teaching art or I'm teaching professional classes. I don't care, as long as it's something art related, because I know that wholeheartedly makes me happy.
And all right, let's say we're in a world where everything's possible. And we are in the world where everything's possible. So what would be your fucking dream? Like legit, you don't have to be afraid of um, you know, any judgment. What would be your straight up dream? It can be as crazy as you want it to be.
My straight up dream. Ooh, okay. I might have to think about this one. Oh my God, I don't know. There's so much I do want to do. Like, my thing is, I just want to be set for life. I want to have my main thing, because I've lived with my brothers for ages. So, like, my main thing is I want my own house, my own space. I want to actually teach art. I want to be a teacher of some sort. I want to teach art. I want to be able to, I don't know. Yeah, this is like goals that I could achieve now, but if I were to be able to do something beyond what I think I'd be able to do, it would probably be designing something for a major company, or designing an animation for Disney or something like that, something really major like that. Yeah, I've looked up to a lot of the old OG Cartoon Network animators when I was a kid, and to create a cartoon, because like you've probably seen Cartoon Network now, and the
Mhm.
cartoons now are just really like bad in comparison to how it used to be, like Ed and Eddie,
Yeah.
all of that, like the classics. I wanted to create something like that for the newer generation, something a little bit more fun and objectively funny, and it's not just made for kids, it's made for everyone. I
Mhm.
think making a cartoon like that would be my end game goal. Just being a part of the project like that would be amazing.
That is actually inspiring. I used to love Cartoon Network till I was
Mhm.
like old. I still watch some
Yeah,
of it.
same.
Have you heard of
Same.
Regular Show? That's one of my
I
favorites.
loved regular shows so much. I promise you. Like I watched every single show. I watched the movie as well.
Yeah,
Every
same.
little bit of it. I loved it to death.
Do you know they have a new one, Close Enough? It's made by the same people, but it's just
I
for
think I've heard of it.
it's more adult, so they talk about
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not PG stuff.
There's a lot of the old, I think, animators switched to adult type comedy and stuff like that. I think there was the animators for Adventure Time also made Bravest Warriors, which was hilarious. I loved that. I love that so much. So there's that. It's kind of sad. And I mean, I get them. I get the way that it goes. Like they watch their audience progress from young to old. So they develop something for an older audience. So it stays consistent. But I wish that the audiences now, like the children audience now, could have the cartoons that we used to have. Because they, I don't know, it was just really, it was really fun. It was really fun. I think now they have something called, what was it? Apple and Onion. I saw that at some point and I was going to cry. I don't know what the concept of that was. I didn't like the art style at all. I did not get it. I don't know. But that's kind of what media is now, I guess. It's just very minimalist and plain, which I hate.
I feel like what do you call it? People don't watch TV anymore, so they're underfunded, and you know, when you're not paying people enough, they aren't motivated, or you're not paying the right people. I think everyone's on Netflix and whatever other platform, Disney Plus, wherever. And
But
that's
even
why
Netflix is being like a
that's why the quality of TV stuff has gone down. Anyways, what were you saying about Netflix?
yeah, I was saying Netflix is kind of like screwing up a little bit too, by the way. What was it? What was the one show? The one with the what was it? I'm not gonna even I don't even
the lady breaking her fast with the shot.
Yeah, there was that. There was
That
that
was
as well.
crazy.
And then
That's
like
stupid.
canceling a bunch of shows for like this TikTok type thing. I don't know. Like at some point in time, like whatever form of media like gives into this pop culture kind of thing, and it kind of ends up simultaneously pushing away a lot of fans, which is so stupid. I never got that. I never got their marketing strategies or whatever. I always think like, what if you just hired a couple of teenagers to tell you what they really want, or just hired people that actually know what they're talking about, and you might produce something of value. But yeah, the shot glass thing was horrible. I have no idea what they were thinking with that whatsoever. I don't think I've seen a Netflix show that was able to, or any kind of movie so far that has been able to properly represent Islam or Muslim community or anything, or any minority group, without being offensive in some way. Like any American made movie, if it comes natively from the land, or from like if it was a movie based in the Middle East about the Middle East, then yeah, it's going to be authentic. But I don't know what Americans are about doing. I don't know what they're doing, man. I have no idea.
They just want representation or something.
Yeah, it's just like I don't get me wrong, diversity, needs to be there. It needs to be there in media. I always like consumed a lot of American media, and it's upsetting to not see yourself being represented, you know. It's just a bunch of like white women or just white girls, and you kind of see yourself as like, okay, do I have to be like that? But when they do represent us, it's really, really bad.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you might as well not do it at all. That's why. What was it?
Emily in Paris. Have you heard of that?
I have not.
So it's basically a show where this American girl goes to Paris to work in a marketing agency, and the whole time they're depicting French as being people who don't like working, people who are just smoking all the time and addicted to like sex, and everyone has a mistress or something like that. And
see, I don't understand why they do this.
Huge racist show, and it got renewed.
Oh god, this is like the whole 13 Reasons Why thing. Like they just renew everything that has some form of shock value, because people watch it, even though it's completely objectively crap. It's objectively bullshit, but people watch it because of the fact that it's shocking, and it sucks because it gives them money. So that's why I try my best to either
Americans
block
love
it
the
out.
show though.
Dude, I swear to God, I don't know what's wrong with the American education system, but I really wish that they could kind of understand what goes on now. You know, what's actually going on beyond their realm of internet culture, you
Mhm.
know?
And what are some of the shows you like watching or you're watching right now?
I'm what I'm watching now is Modern Family. I found that really funny. It's very
Mhm.
easy to consume. I have it in the background when I'm drawing or something like
Yeah.
that because you don't have to pay too much attention, but you can kind of pick up on stuff. It's funny. I finished, like I mentioned earlier, I think How I Met Your Mother. I finished it for the second time and I cried again. There
Mhm.
was Friends. I like shows like that. Anything to do with comedy or like a light kind of comedy, that kind of thing. When it comes to other shows, I watched Lucifer, I think a while back. Orange is the New Black. Yeah, those are the series that I can remember watching. Yeah. Oh, and Breaking Bad, obviously, that was like a major thing.
Oh
Major,
yeah.
major show. That was like one of the first proper series I watched. Because I had something against series for a long time. I was like, I'm not gonna watch a bunch of movies, for like ages. But
Mhm.
Breaking Bad was amazing. And that kind of pushed me to actually watching shows more.
So, what sort of impact would you like to leave on the world? I know it's going off topic from the whole shows and whatnot, but
Yeah, don't worry
what sort
about it.
of impact do you want to leave on this world? Just
I
generally, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be focused on art, you know?
I just want to be more positive, I guess, with
Hmm.
respect to people's images about themselves, with respect to their language that they use for other people. I just wish people were more positive and more empathetic, in all
Hmm.
honesty. I feel like we don't have enough of that in the world. I saw this thing where I'm sorry to like drag on. I saw this little thing of some person saying like, "Would you rather save your dog or some random baby?"
Hmm.
Immediately, I was like, "This person's random baby." Even like I love cats. I never had a cat, and I would kill to have a pet cat, but I would instinctively almost like always like I would save the baby because it's someone else's child. That's the concept of empathy. You
Hmm.
care about someone else more than yourself. And it was so shocking to see people like hating on the people saying they'd save the baby. I was just so surprised. I just feel like we need more empathy in this world. We need to care for people more. And that in the end would be a major benefit to a lot of people. Because a lot of people, like I mentioned earlier, who are hateful do need like help. They need help and they need more positive influences in their life. And I want to be the best positive influence I can on everyone.
That is strong. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Anything you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to conclude with?
It's been great. Thank you so much for inviting me on this. I've never done anything like this before, so it's exciting to actually, talk because I
Mhm.
mostly just tend to post my art and I rarely post my opinions or anything. So it's nice to just sit and talk for a little bit about art in general and everything like that and what's going on.
Any social media you'd like to plug, for the three people watching?
For you guys, if you want to follow me, I'm Embeartdraws on TikTok. Embeart draws on TikTok. If you guys want to drop a follow, I post a lot of art content if you're interested in that. And yeah, I hope you all are having a wonderful day.